All right, here we go. It's Tuesday, 6 p.m., and check it out. I'm not crying. Smile on my face. For once, I think I have some good news to share. It's not the best news. Kids aren't coming back or anything, but there was quite a turn in my case today, and quite a I'm not really sure how to put it, a breakthrough in not only my case, but in educating advocates on what victims truly go through and what victims truly need when CPS, APD, CASA, and ad litems come into the picture when it comes to abusive relationships. Today, I had a meeting with my lawyer, and it was because CASA requested a meeting with us, which is rare. For an advocate to actually request a meeting with us that doesn't happen. Normally, I'm having to beg for these meetings. I'm having to beg for face-to-face time so they can humanize me and so I can have a way to communicate with them other than emails that are and usually can be and usually are ignored, or that advocates pick and choose what to answer, and normally the things I need answered or addressed are ignored. I didn't know why CASA wanted a meeting, but they came in and they had an agenda, which was weird and a little scary. But the first thing they said was that they heard me and that they were ignorant, and because they were listening to me, they knew they were ignorant, so they took the effort and the time to educate themselves. This is their words. They took the time to talk to someone at a safe place so they could educate themselves on what I was trying to tell them. And because of that, CASA, who is about as equal as Alana Tanner, the ad litem, is when it comes to who the judge and family court will listen to. They have about as much power as Alana does and CPS does when it comes to making recommendations and safety plans on what I need to do in order to show that I'm a good mother. And CASA has come to the conclusion that a psychological evaluation for a victim is absolutely inappropriate. And as far as CASA is concerned, a psychological evaluation should not be on my safety plan. And I know that doesn't mean a lot to you guys, but this is huge. This is massive. The psych evaluation was probably the biggest, most scariest thing, most damaging to a victim service that was on my service plan that I have been fighting since January to get off of my plan. And the more that I fight to get off my plan, the more people like Alana Tanner bully me and lie in court in order to keep it on my plan. The psych evaluation is something that has brought me quite a bit of trauma. Even when it comes to trying to schedule this thing, I have had a horrible experience with it. For those of you that don't know, a psych exam is a 3-hour psychological, exam done by someone who does not know me, who does not know my past, when it comes to just my past, or when it comes to my past with psychological things or with therapy. It's something that is almost always used against mothers and against victims in family court, and it is something that is most definitely used against us in criminal court, which is why I have been trying very hard to get it off of my service plan. But it is the exact thing that people like Alana Tanner have been using to keep me from getting any more time with my kids. For those that don't know, I am still stuck at 8 hours with my children a week. It's been 8 months, and I went from 24/7 primary parent to 8 hours a week, once a week with my kids. So to have someone as someone like CASA to not only make this declaration, but to say, we heard you, we were ignorant, and we have educated ourselves because of you, that we've come to this conclusion that you absolutely should not have this on your service plan, and we will be there to advocate for that, is massive. Like, so massive, both me and my lawyer started crying when they said this. I cannot explain. I can't, as you can tell, I'm having trouble explaining just how massive this is. I'm almost speechless. I've worked about an hour to try to figure out how I'm going to present this, but fuck it. I don't care if I'm speechless right now. I'm just happy that I'm not crying. I am happy that I've gone from, I will never give up with these kids, but the last week and a half since that FGC meeting has been hell for me. I have had moments where I tell my friend Casey that I don't know how much longer I can do this. I don't know if I can do it. But today's meeting and the things that CASA said, and just knowing that my fight has resulted in an organization like CASA educating themselves on something that can help so many more mothers and victims in the future. I can't explain. I can't tell you. I also got a lot more information that makes me feel better about where this case is headed and how I can tackle the rest of my service plan in a way that's going to combat people like Alana and Mike Rentner, and only help, if it gets to it, a jury see what exactly is going on and what has been going on, and that we may have CASA on our side. We may have an advocate on our side is huge. It's huge. And I just wanted to update y'all on that real quick, and I want to put it on record here, and I'm going to do it in the next 24 to 48 hours. I want to show that my blog is simply meant, it is not a bullying tactic. It is not something that is meant to hurt others. It's a way to bring attention to things that I believe need attention because they are being ignored by other people. And there are things that are scary to me that I don't believe anybody else will know about because it's being covered up. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to take out the blogs where CASA is any part of those bad people. I'm going to take off all these picture from the Cradle of Corruption little thing that I made, because right now they have shown me good. They have shown me they are not just trying, but they are listening to me, and they are doing what I wish so many more advocates would do, and educate themselves on the things I've been researching for years that are fact. They are studies. It's everything that more people in family court should know about. And it's a small step. But I've got 2 people from CASA who heard me and who took the time and effort to educate themselves. And they came to the conclusion, the right conclusion. And, oh my gosh, I can't. This is a victory. I am not foolish enough to think that this is a victory for me for the entire case, or that this means that everything's going to work out fine for me. But this is why I do what I do. This is why I fight them. This is why I don't smile and comply. This is a big deal. This is something we're celebrating. This is probably the first break in my case that I've had since it started. I apologize to Rachel and to Ollie for anything bad I suggested on my blog, and I will do my best to erase it. And I will also make a blog post to do exactly what I am now, to apologize for putting them on blast like I did before I knew that they were and are true advocates for me and my children. So yeah, I'm going to keep this short. I'm sorry it's a little scattered. I'm still a little speechless, and I'm not really sure how to actually portray good news about my case, but today was good. And if this case doesn't work out the way I want it to work out, nothing will take away from what a big deal today was, and what a big deal it is for CASA to say we were ignorant, we educated ourselves, and we agreed with you. So, and I don't know if y'all saw, my blog got, I got a notification because my blog was getting so many hits today. I don't know if that's just because it was a coincidence, but I want to tell myself it's because I asked y'all to share my story, and I have a feeling that had a lot to do with why I got more hits today, and I can't thank y'all enough. Today's meeting has rejuvenated me. I am out of the dark hole I've been in the last week and a half, and I'm back into fighting mode. I have a clear path as to what to do with my service plan so I can look good to everybody else. And so when people like Alana Tanner and Mike Rentner try to shut me down, well, they won't be able to. So I'm going to take tonight, and I'm going to just enjoy the victory that we had today. I'm going to fix my blogs to make sure CASA does not look like they're one of the bad guys, because so far right now they are not. And yeah, it's been a good day. Here's some good news. Still not crying. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you to everybody who supported me so far. I'm still going to need a lot of support. There's still a lot to be done, and I'm still struggling quite a bit. However, this was good. And a path to unsupervised visitation and unsupervised overnights for me are looking more and more it's looking more of a possibility and more like something that's going to happen in the near future. I'm not getting my hopes up, but today was probably the most promising day I've had in this entire case since the kids were taken. So, there's that. Yay.